Welcome to the American Dream, a show that started right here in San Diego, America's finest city, that now spans positive media all across the country, real stories in real neighborhoods. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, and here's the American Dream. Welcome to the American Dream, a real show, not a reality show. The real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
It's not just about what you're living in, but the community you're going to live in.
High-rise luxury living.
People are the vehicle, people are the connection, people are the expansion.
Helping folks just like you find your dream home.
It just never disappoints.
Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts. The opportunity to achieve our biggest goals and aspirations.
It's the American Dream.
Welcome to Spokane, Washington. This is American Dream TV, and I'm your host, Steve Silbar. Today I want to take you to the North Monroe District. This is one of the revitalized areas of town. This area is full of trendy shops and restaurants, brew pubs, a great tattoo parlor, and the region's best appliance store and showroom. But every great neighborhood also has a great coffee house. I'm going to take you to Ladder Coffee, one of the area's best. Come along, let's take a look. So today we're here with the owner of Ladder Coffee. This is Aaron Rifkin. Aaron, great to see you.
Yeah, great to be here.
Thanks for being here. So tell us a little bit. I mean, I know the backstory on you guys, that you start on your porch.
Yeah.
On weekends, you serve coffee to 100 people. Kind of explain how that process grew to this.
Yeah, so, we had a dream to open up a coffee company here in Spokane, and so we just had friends that were gathering on Saturday mornings on our front porch. About 15 of us showed up every Saturday, had some yard games, and then all of a sudden, we were able to have, 50 people come, and then 75, and then it's been really fun to go from that to here we are today.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So where do you source your coffees from?
Yeah, so all over the world. So we roast coffees all the way from Guatemala to Ethiopia to Kenya, really just trying to figure out where can we find the best graded coffees so that way our customers can drink those coffees.
Excellent. Now in 2018, you guys won an amazing award. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so in 2018, we were able to take second place in World's Best New Cafe with Sprudge, and so it's a pretty well-known online resource that goes around and tries to find the best coffee in the world, and so we took second place on that here in Spokane.
That's excellent. So not just Spokane, not just Washington, not the U.S., but the world.
But the world, yeah. We
That's
were up against people with from Japan, Australia, literally from all over the world. It was unreal.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So Eric, can you tell us about the roasting process?
Yeah, so here we have our Dietrich IR5. This machine was actually built in Sandpoint, Idaho, which is actually in our backyard, only about an hour and a half away. And so what we do is we take the coffee green, we get it obviously from the farm, and it goes inside of this hopper here, it gets inside of this drum, and it spins kind of like a dryer. There's these little arms that kind of toss the coffee, and so it heats it up and then roasts it and then falls out, and that's what we have here is the roasted coffee. So this is our production room where we produce all of our coffees. It is the place where all the magic happens. Dave is actually our head roaster. I'm typically back here helping bag and load up all the coffees that get to you guys for subscriptions, our wholesale partners. We have wholesale partners all across the United States. One of our largest wholesale accounts is over in Evans, Georgia. And so we have coffee being shipped out of this tiny little room, hundreds and hundreds of pounds every week going out. And so this is a really fun room, kind of like the Willy Wonka room. So yeah, so the goal for us is to help transition, your typical coffee drinker from, Maxwell House or Folgers into these really bright, really fun coffees. And so, you drink our monophonic, which is our darkest roasted coffee. And the goal for that coffee is to help transition you into, some of our lighter and brighter coffees.
One of the cool things about Ladder is they have a subscription coffee service, which I'm a subscriber of. So Aaron, can you kind of explain how that all came about?
Yeah, so back when COVID started, we realized that our cafes weren't getting any customers. So how did we get our coffee into homes, it was through subscriptions. And so we launched that back in 2020, where people from all over the U.S. It started with local, but then it really graduated to people from all over the U.S. now order our coffee. So if you are in California or you are in New York watching this, you can go online at laddercoffee.com, sign up for a subscription, and it will show up to your doorstep.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us today on American Dream TV. I'm your host, Steve Silbauer. Until next time, be good. If you can't be good, be great.
Welcome back to the American Dream. I'm Chris Kohler here at my new listing in Richmond Beach, just north of Seattle. We have an 11,000 square foot lot, 2,200 square foot house, 2 bedrooms, 1 den, an amazing tea house out back, and we're gonna go see what's inside. Let's go. Wow, just look at this. It is not every day that I get to represent a property that has this kind of history. It was built in 1895 and absolutely just oozes charm. One of the first things that you see when you walk through the front doors is this beautiful, huge fireplace. Can you imagine sitting here in the winter when it's snowing outside, a big fire going? The other room wasn't cozy enough for you. Try this. This is absolutely my favorite room in the whole entire house. I think I could spend many an evening here. One of the things I really love about this dining room is that it connects to the kitchen and it leads to the outside. The one thing that I really love about this house is the integration between the traditional and then the modern here. You have this chef's kitchen, which has everything you could possibly want in a kitchen. You don't have a 4-burner stove, you don't have a 5-burner stove. You literally have a 6-burner stove with the griddle, extra refrigeration space over there. And if you look over here, you have a Sub-Zero wine storage, wine cooler. This is not just a true chef's kitchen, it is the chef's kitchen, Chef Holly Smith of Cafe Juanita, who we're gonna go see right now. Holly, it's great to be here. I know you've had this restaurant here for, is it over 20 years?
23 years.
That is crazy. Your restaurant has literally been one of the top restaurants in the region for 20 years. How do you keep the inspiration, or how do you keep the quality of it?
You know, I think it's the goal, first and foremost, and having one restaurant versus having 2 to 7 keeps my focus here in a way that has been really beneficial. I have an amazing team, I always have. Culture really matters to me, and I think it pays off on the plate.
How do you keep that culture?
It's a lot of hard work. I mean, hiring the right people. We hire people who have tended to be in charge in other places, but really enjoy a team aspect, so they know how to answer all the questions. We believe the same things. I think it goes back to that, what's the why behind what you do, and hospitality is it for me.
So we were just at your amazing kitchen in your house, which is absolutely wonderful. Do you still find inspiration for your menu here?
I test out a lot of things at my house. I think that it's really fun to leave kind of the chaos of this, and also at home I have a kind of a mellower timeline to figuring something out, so I might make something in 3 different ways. The interesting thing about my kitchen at home, I think, is that I practice for Iron Chef in that kitchen. So I had just finished it. It was immaculate. A normal person would not have done this because I think hot caramel got thrown against the wall at one point early on, and I was trying to clean while practice to the time. I was very conflicted through that entire exercise. But it's a great kitchen to have other people cook with you in as well.
What do you see like for the future?
Everyone's been asking me to write a book for a really long time, and I think I'm getting close enough to being able to have the time to do that or see that in the future.
Thank you for your time today. I know you're super busy.
Thanks for looking at my house.
Thanks again for joining me today at Holly's house and her amazing restaurant, Cafe Juanita. I'll see you guys next time on American Dream TV.
Ahoy, fellow adventurers! Welcome back to our show today, where we're going to take a deep dive into the world of sailing and all things nautical. We're right here in Kirkland, Washington, where we're going to do an interview for one of our local business owners, Julian, here at the Kirkland Sailing Club. So come on, let's go take a look at these boats. Before we jump into our interview, it's so important to understand why sailing captures the hearts of so many. It's building that skill and that sense of camaraderie together while you're out into the wild waves and into the sun. And here's Julian, by the way. Nice to meet you again, Julian. Julian's going to take us out to sail today, and we're really looking forward to this fun adventure and share with us a little bit about sailing here in Kirkland, Washington. Thank you so much, Julian, for joining us today. And your school has gained quite the reputation here in the Puget Sound for being a sailing school and club. So can you tell us a little bit why you are different here in this area?
Yes, we started the club in 2020, and one of the top priorities was to foster a sense of community amongst the members so that they can support each other in their sailing. What we found was that some people go for a class and then they find they don't have anybody to sail with. So we run a lot of members nights and group sailing nights where we bring members down to one of our docks, we put them together on different boats, they sail together, they meet each other, they learn from each other, and then afterwards we go to one of the local restaurants and have a bite to eat.
Outstanding. We have some of the best restaurants here in Kirkland, matter of fact. Tell us a little bit about your sailing fleet. What does your school offer?
Absolutely. We have a whole range of sailboats. We have them based in Kirkland, 2 marinas in Kirkland, 2 marinas in Seattle, and we're looking at more locations to open up as well in the Puget Sound area. We have race boats, we have cruising boats, we have small boats, we have big boats. We're always looking out for the right boats. It's actually been very difficult to buy boats the last few years.
Wow.
We currently have one being trucked over from Maine as we speak. It'll be here in about 2 days.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah, so we buy boats from all around the country, but they have to be the right boat.
And
that's why the search takes a little longer.
And where are you expanding to next? Where are you expanding? What city?
We're looking at different areas across the Puget Sound.
Okay.
We just, in fact, today opened up our latest location in Elliott Bay Marina in Seattle.
Wonderful.
And we're looking at other locations further north of Seattle too.
Well, that's exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Julian, I'm truly amazed at the sense of community that your school and that your club offers. Can you tell us any other upcoming events or future plans that you want to share with us?
Yeah, we have a lot of events coming up. If you're interested in taking a look, they're on our website, which is kirklandsailingclub.org.
Perfect.
In the future, we're working on plans with the city to open up a new nonprofit, a children's sailing centre here in Kirkland.
Wonderful.
So hopefully we'll get that launched in the next year.
All right, well, thank you so much again, Julian. Thanks for having us out on your boat today. I'm excited to discover part of your selling package and everything that you're offering with the sampler. So I'll be back out here on the water with you soon, so we'll see you again.
Great, look forward to seeing you.
Thank you. And there you have it, an incredible sailing school and club right here in our very own Kirkland. And so if you ever want to experience the open water, this is the place to be. We'll see you next time on the American Dream TV.
Welcome to beautiful downtown Puyallup, Washington. We're excited and thrilled to be at the Puyallup Night Market here in the heart of the city. This is where people and businesses come together to build community. At the historic Pioneer Park, originally donated by the Meekers, a founding family of the city of Puyallup.
The weather's perfect, and we're so excited to introduce you to the people behind this event and hear their inspiring stories. I'm Peter Lopez.
I'm Brad Harper, and welcome to the American Dream.
Puyallup is a Native American name that translates to generous people. And we're here with our special guest today who epitomizes that spirit, one of the Puyallup Night Market's board members, Laura Romero, also with Generous Influencers, a nonprofit who is doing amazing work in their community.
That's right, Peter. Laura and her team are the driving force behind this Puyallup Night Market, which started during the COVID pandemic, which created a nice, safe place for people to come. Laura, please tell me what inspired you to create this beautiful event.
Absolutely. You know, we really just wanted to create a safe and beautiful place where we could bring makers and creators together to showcase what they do, especially coming out of the pandemic where that was really eliminated to a great degree. We wanted to create the safe place to bring our community together again. And let me tell you, the response has been outstanding. We've even had people tell us that they moved here specifically for this Puyallup Night Market and the concerts in the park that happened in the summertime. In fact, tonight we've got over 60 vendors and food trucks and food options here tonight. It's amazing.
Speaking of food trucks, I want to try it all and I want to see all of the vendors.
I hope you came hungry.
You know I'm a huge fan of all food and the people that create it, and we love to support small businesses. So I hope that you can walk us through some of your standout vendors and food trucks that we just can't miss.
Absolutely. So excited to show you guys. Coming this way.
What a night and priceless opportunity to see so many talented people pursuing their American dream.
Hats off to you. You've done an amazing job. What's next for the Puyallup Night Market and Generous Influencers?
Well, we've got big dreams and big plans. What's next is we're going to be closing off the street behind the pavilion here and making it a food truck alley, creating more space for more food, more vendors. And then after that, we would love to take this blueprint of what we've done and take it nationwide.
And you've done exactly that. You've mapped out exactly how to make this happen, and I can just imagine the impact you'll make in communities across the nation if you set forth and pursue that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you
You've
so much.
had an amazing time.
Thank you so much for introducing us to all these beautiful people and vendors.
Indeed.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Without the efforts from folks like the people who are behind the Puyallup Night Market, we risk not knowing our neighbors, becoming disconnected, and at times divided.
When we come together with a shared vision and support one another, it just instills more community and effort with people around us.
I'm so inspired, and the very full Peter Lopez.
I'm Brad Harper, and we'll see you next time on The American Dream.
Hey guys, it's Courtney Lampert and Carrie Sutton with American Dream TV. And we are back. But this time we're in downtown Coeur d'Alene at the Coeur d'Alene Resort, the heart of Coeur d'Alene,
where there are plenty of restaurants as well as shopping and boat slips to enjoying time walking with your family.
There's Tubbs Hill, there's Dockside, and we're taking you to Beverly's.
One of the best restaurants we feel is here at the Coeur d'Alene Resort. The other thing is it's a 4-season area, so we get to also experience the Christmas season and the New Year's season where the whole entire marina is lit up.
And they do a boat cruise around the lake to see Santa Claus. And right where we're standing, they literally have a fire-breathing dragon.
But before we get to enjoy all of that, we're going to take you to one of our clients' homes that we sold a few years ago, which is a Thomas Kincaid style home in Coeur d'Alene, and they cannot wait to show it off to you.
The architecture of this home is just incredible. So let's go.
Lisa and John, thank you so much for having us here today and letting us come back after we sold the house to you a few years ago and experience this with you. Tell us exactly why you moved from Florida to Coeur d'Alene. What brought you here?
You know, one day she approached me, she said, I think I found, you know, the perfect home. In a typical sense, I said, I don't want to go look at it.
Absolutely.
And she kind of persisted, and then finally I thought to myself, I better go take a look at it, and we went and took a look at it, and I didn't like it at all.
You are so lying to me. This looks amazing. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
You guys have lived here a few years now. What is your favorite thing to do?
We like to go out and we bum around. I mean, there's just so much to see here.
We did a little boating.
We did some boating. We went out on Lake Coeur d'Alene. I mean, it's so different from where we came from. The problem is not having enough time to see all the things, to do things here more than, you know, can you find something to do?
I love that. Well, you guys, cheers to Coeur d'Alene and a mountain girl at heart.
That's it.
Thanks for letting us be here.
Thank you for turning us on and helping us with this.
Summer, we are so excited to be here today and to have you share with us all about Beverly's. And so I guess we start by tell us exactly what you do and what you believe to be the best experiences here.
One thing about Beverly's is, I think, traditions. We have lots of special occasions. People come up here and celebrate their anniversaries. I've waited on people that got married here and then came back 10 years later for their anniversary and told me that they got married here and that I served them. Those moments are really special. We do a special little dessert for them with a sparkler in it. We have chocolate wafers that say happy anniversary, happy birthday. We just make it a big deal. It's a big deal for them, so I want to share that with them. That's really important for me to make them know that that's important to me as well, and I'm so excited that they're here to celebrate that.
Summer, we can't thank you enough for letting us get to know a little bit more about Beverly's and why you enjoy it and what the traditions are here, and I say we cheers to that. We appreciate you.
Now we are here with Justine, the wine director at Beverly's, and tell us a little bit about your wine.
Yeah, so we are home to the largest wine collection in the Pacific Northwest. We have just under 2,000 different options for people to choose from that really range in price from like $50 to $9,000. So there's something for everyone here.
Well, thank you, Justine. This is incredible wine, and cheers.
Cheers.
Hi, Chef Jim. How are you?
Good.
So, kind of just curious, what inspired you to be a chef?
I've been in the culinary business my entire life. I grew up in Michigan, and I've been fortunate to be the chef here for almost 15 years now. We try to make a menu that pleases everyone, and we use a lot of local ingredients. We fly in fish from Honolulu, from Seattle. We buy wild game from local vendors. We get wild mushrooms from local producers.
Awesome. Well, Chef, thank you so much, and we look forward to trying your food tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us at the Beverly's restaurant at the Coeur d'Alene Resort. A special thank you to Summer Flink, Chef Jim, and the whole entire staff at Beverly's.
Thank you also to Lisa and John Nemchick for allowing us to view their incredible home in Coeur d'Alene and their experiences of why they've moved to this beautiful area.
Until next time, I'm Courtney Lampert.
And I'm Carrie Sutton with American Dream TV.
Signing out.
Summer is quickly coming to an end, and we just wrapped up one of our summer favorite activities, paddleboarding the Little Spokane River.
And we actually have the unique opportunity of showing you where the Little Spokane River originates at our latest listing. But first, we've worked up a little bit of an appetite, and we want to bring you to one of our favorite restaurants. Come with us. Today, we have the awesome opportunity to hang out at TT's Brewery and Barbecue, and we're here with the owner and chef, Chad White, who's kind of a local legend in the culinary world. But can you tell us a little bit about your start in the culinary world here in Spokane?
Yeah, in 2016, I moved back to Spokane and opened up Zona Blanca Ceviche Bar in downtown. That is where I met Travis Toseth, TT's.
Yeah.
He was just getting this brewery up and running, and we became good buds. And after a few beers and chatting it up, he said, "Can you help me out with TT's and expanding it? We need a food menu." And I said, "Absolutely. Let's get to work." And I grew up in the Valley, and we found this location, and it was very comforting for me, right? I went to junior high right down the road at Horizon, and so it's very familiar. And we went ahead and pulled the trigger and opened on Father's Day of 2019. Our next location, actually, we're headed to Liberty Lake.
That's what I heard. That's
which is
amazing.
Really cool. The environment is ripe for some barbecue. We have a little park right across the street, so it's going to be really great. And at some point in time, I plan to open up a farm-to-table restaurant out in the sticks.
So speaking of barbecue, like, what on the menu is like your go-to? It's your favorite item?
Our turkey is kind of the underdog. I think it's the best thing that's on the menu. I feel like people mess turkey up really, really bad. It's always dry, and ours is not dry at all. I also like a little bit of spice, so it kind of crosses all those T's and dots all the I's. And we make this incredible sandwich called the U-High, which is smoked turkey, barbecue chips, bacon jam, white barbecue sauce, and American cheese. It's a big boy sandwich for a big boy.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. Thank you for the education. Thank you for the food. And we look forward to sharing in your journey as you go forward in your culinary journey.
My pleasure, guys. You're welcome back anytime. Mi casa, su casa.
Will do.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, we're going to head up and take a look at one of our latest listings and one of the most unique properties you're ever going to see.
Right behind us, natural springs send the water down to begin the Little Spokane River. Let's go check out this amazing property and the lodge.
We are truly excited to showcase such a unique and beautiful listing, consisting of over 221 acres, the original 1920 Kirkland Cutter log home with guest house, numerous outbuildings and cabins, the year-round pond that's fed from multiple natural springs, and the overflow waterfall that sends the water down to create the Little Spokane River.
We hope you enjoyed this tour of this captivating property.
Thank you, and join us next time on American Dream Selling Spokane.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show, produced from America's finest city, but shot in the heart of your neighborhoods. Don't forget positive media when the world really needs it. Follow us on social media at The American Dream TV. See you next time. In the meantime, cheers to your American dream.